welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, coming up next.
It has been a season of ups and downs, twists and turns. It all comes to a conclusion here tonight as we welcome you on this February night to the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59. Coming up, a battle here in the NFL playoffs. It's the two-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs and the champions of the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. Around the globe, wherever you are, thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, our first Super Bowl together partner. It has been an unpredictable 2024 season, and it all culminates in an unpredictable place, New Orleans, Louisiana.
This is certainly the signature sports moment of the calendar year, Mike, and for the two of us to be able to sit up here together and watch it unfold in real time, it's pretty special, and you just keep thinking all week, who's going to be that breakout player? What's going to be that signature drive or play that decides the outcome of this game? There's been some special moments over the years on these Super Bowl Sundays, and I know you and I are excited when this thing gets kicked off to see if we have another one in store.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Hopkins sent in motion. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Here's the third-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Couple of explosive runs here to start the drive, and now you got to ask yourself, what's the counterpunch? I think as this defense continues to pack themselves in tight, this is a prime opportunity to try to take a big shot downfield.
Mahomes fakes the give and keeps it himself. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They put Kelsey in motion. On 3rd down, Mahomes. Open man, that's the tight end, Gray. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. The left side into the hands of Hopkins.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand and results in a completion.
Gray is the motion man here. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. This one caught at the 4. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
So now then, 1st and goal from the 1. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That is caught back corner of the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, KC. That opens the scoring here in Super Bowl 59. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time, and leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
He admitted to us the other day, Mike, that he's started to feel a little anxious as game day approached, and I think that's normal. Winning the NFC, that's one thing. But this is the type of stage that can take your legacy to a whole nother level if you're able to come out on top. But in order to make that happen, he's going to have to put those nerves behind him as soon as possible. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in an early hole because you just couldn't settle down. If he's able to remain calm, play his game, his team's going to have a great chance to end this night as world champs.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. First and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now a man who made the move inside the division. It's Saquon Barkley. He'll take this forward maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. And with a flag down, he goes down. They get him for the sack, and that flag is probably on the offense as well. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To the air again. Hurts. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This is taken at the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points every single time you have the ball. It's a good way to start this game here in the 1st quarter.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
On the ground, here's Samaje Perine. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
3rd and short. Here's Patrick. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On 4th down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This one from 52 yards away. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. So here is the former Giant. It's Saquon Barkley. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Yeah! And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down. He'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Man in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the handoff, this is Barkley. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goddard. 15 yards through the air. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So after 1 here in Super Bowl 59, it's the Chiefs on top. More from New Orleans after this. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
A first down throw for Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On 2nd down, Barkley. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Barkley. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. On play action, here's Hurts. He'll try to run for it, and he will score. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles are on the board. It's 10-7. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And in motion is Brown. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. They put Kelsey in motion. 1st down throw, Mahomes. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes now to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Again, Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
So after the 5 yards walked off, it is third down and 8. Hurts will try it again. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. George Karlaftis, the former Boilermaker, in there for the sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Here's Braden Mann now. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Chiefs offense about ready to take over once more. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. A first down throw for Mahomes. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelsey. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
1st and 10 for Mahomes. This one into the hands of Brown. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We're back to New Orleans and Super Bowl 59 after this. On second down, Mahomes. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They go play action with Mahomes. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That is caught.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
A short one caught by Kelsey, and he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Play action here. Mahomes. That is caught by the tight end. Garrett Wiley. Touchdown, Chiefs. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will get out in front 17-7. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. It's 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
To the left side, it's caught by Brown. 12 yards on that hookup. First down, Philadelphia.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
That'll be taken in by Barkley. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Hurts again. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it's going to be third down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. To the air again. Hurts. Right back to Brown. He's got it again.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. And this will be from 42 yards out. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are back within a score. It's now 17-10.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Two quarters left in the NFL season as we decide a champion. Back underway here at the Super Bowl. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On first down, it's Hurts. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Barkley. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. To the outside, catch made by Brown. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd. A run up the middle with Barkley. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be taken down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Here's Barkley. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Second and goal. One more time, they try Barkley. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Elliott now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that
the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll bring this to about the 34-yard line, with Justin Reed up from his safety spot to make the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That one knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Chiefs offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Open man downfield, it is Hopkins. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Now a 3rd and 2. On the carry is P-Ron. 16-yard pickup on that one. And the Chiefs have a first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
A run. It's Pacheco. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
To the left side, caught by Kelsey. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Nice job there by Kelsey moving the chains, and to think he's in his 12th season, Mike, and he's able to continue to produce at such a high level. You can make an argument he's one of the most popular guys in the entire league, and he's still one of the best players regardless of position.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Right back to Kelsey again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chiefs move out in front, 20-17.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike, but 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They'll do so with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's to the right side and incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. Now he'll run. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll run with Barkley. And looked like he may have had a lane, but the defense shut it down quickly. He did not get in, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is able to get the hold here on 1st down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4 down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
A tight end in motion now. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal.
2nd and goal this close to the end zone. It makes sense, Mike, to keep the ball on the ground, but what you're not planning for is that you suffer a loss. So give credit to this defense. They've now changed the entire equation. It's 3rd and goal, but they're not so close anymore.
1 quarter remains here in Super Bowl 59. EA Sports back for the 4th from SoFi after this. For the lead, here is 3rd and goal. To throw is Hurts. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll be 4th and goal coming up.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Mahomes. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They go play action with Mahomes. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. 1st down, KC.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
1st and 10. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw again. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Hopkins sent in motion. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
And Butker on for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He runs with it. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. There he goes again.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll run it here with Saquon. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. And in motion is Brown. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3rd and short, and Hurts will throw. And that is incomplete.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A first down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds. The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On the handoff, this is Barkley. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
These are the plays that drive a coach crazy. 3rd and goal. You put the ball into the hands of your quarterback and you trust them to make good decisions. But in this case, once there was nowhere to go with the ball, once all the throwing lanes were taken away, this ball needs to come out. You cannot take a sack and make 4th and goal that much more difficult. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense getting set to get back to work. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Here's a 2nd and 9. They put Kelsey in motion. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. On second throw, left side is taken in by the tight end. Two minutes to play in Super Bowl 59. We're back to see this one wrap up. After this crowd into it now. As we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
DeJean to return it, and he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Devontae Smith and the rest of the Philly offense heading back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On 1st down, it's Hurts. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Now, Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. 70 seconds left to go in this game. Here is 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Taking off.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Hurts working in the pistol. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Hurts now on 3rd and 2. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So now this team's offense headed back to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Now, 2nd and 4. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. Now they burn the timeout. They are in that gray area. You might be able to get in 2 plays, but maybe just 1 left in this game. We'll see. Here's first down. They put Kelsey in motion. On first down, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. Big moment for a guy who's made some big kicks in his career, Harrison Butker. This to force overtime. So now, a big spot coming here. This one he's gotta have. And he has missed this one. No good. And with no time remaining, that is how this one will come to an end. And the Eagles have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Wow, you talk about a compelling Super Bowl. That's as good as we could ask for, Greg. A struggle, tight till the end, but ultimately, one team had a little bit more, and they are now the champions.